I have a feeling I'm gonna piss someone off with this video.
So while Sonic 2 was being developed here in the West, another Sonic game was simultaneously being developed in Japan. Not for the Genesis, but rather a Genesis add-on called the Sega CD, known as the Sega Mega CD in Japan. The CD had one major advantage over the Genesis. It could produce CD-quality audio. For the first time in Sonic, the devs weren't limited to the Genesis' sound chip.
Don't get me wrong, I don't hate the Genesis' sound chip, far from it actually, it's just that this kind of technology was revolutionary at the time.
So, of course, to fit this new system, and the fact that this was considered a spin-off at the time, even though now it's considered a mainline entry in the series, this game was appropriately named Sonic CD. The story for this game is pretty simple. Shortly after the events of Sonic 1... yeah, let's talk about that. So despite Sonic CD releasing a year after Sonic 2, chronologically it takes place before Sonic 2. This is most evident by the lack of tails, as well as the fact that Sonic never goes super in this game despite having all 7 emeralds at the end of Sonic 2. Anyways, shortly after the events of Sonic 1, Robotnik discovers a place called Little Planet. Little Planet is a small planet, aptly named by the way, where time moves differently than on Sonic's world. It hovers over Never Lake, a lake somewhere on South Island, once a year. Robotnik, wanting to gain control of the planet's time stones, chains it up to South Island and proceeds to fuck shit up as usual. So, Sonic heads to do what he does best. However, unbeknownst to him, he is followed. He meets his follower on Little Planet, a little pink hedgehog named Amy Rose, who is my favorite classic character, by the way. Shortly after their meeting, Amy is kidnapped by Robotnik's latest creation, Metal Sonic, a perfect robotic copy of Sonic. Sonic sets out to stop Robotnik and save Amy. Sonic controls exactly like he did in the previous 2 games, with a couple of adjustments. For one, the spin dash is handled a little differently here. Instead of holding down and mashing the jump button, now you just hold both buttons down while it charges up. I don't like this change. Also, if you let go before it's fully charged up, Sonic will act like he never did it in the first place. Also, there's a new move called the Super Peel-Out. It's accessed in the same way as the spin dash, only you hold up instead of down. The game itself, however, is a different beast from the other 2. There are now time posts placed periodically throughout the levels, allowing Sonic to travel between different time periods. Each level has 4 different time periods: past, present, bad future, and good future. The present is pretty much what you'd expect from a Sonic game. The past is very primitive in both design and music. The bad future is very desolate and robotic, being controlled by Robotnik. But if you travel to the past and destroy a robot generator in each level, you'll get a good future where everything is happy and life flourishes. Destroying the robot generators is the main goal of the game. If you want to get the good ending, you have to destroy them. Finding them, however, is a bit difficult. Sometimes they can be right in plain sight, and sometimes you really have to look around to find them. However, if you don't want to deal with the hassle of destroying them, there is another way. Special stages also return in this game, accessed in the same way as they were in Sonic 1. Reach the end of the level with 50 rings or more. The special stages this time around are... oh god. If you thought the Sonic 1 special zones gave you a headache, prepare to lose your lunch because, Jesus Christ, depth perception will be your worst enemy here. You have to destroy every UFO in the arena, and once you do, you get a time stone. Collecting all 7 automatically destroys every robot generator, ensuring you the good ending. But holy shit, who thought these were okay? My god, the controls are ass, and the backgrounds are nauseating! That's another thing. This game is colorful. Too colorful. Especially in levels like Stardust Speedway. My god, what am I looking at? Anyways, let's talk about the levels. Unlike the first 2 games, levels are referred to differently. Zones are now called rounds, and acts are now called zones. The first level is Palm Tree Panic. It's Green Hill again. Next, the second level is Collision Chaos. Well, they got that right. You're colliding with everything, and it's chaos. The third level is Tidal Tempest. It's Labyrinth Zone on steroids. Next, the fourth level is Quartz Quadrant. Yeah, if you couldn't tell by now, all the level names have alliteration. Anyways, this level is my favorite in the whole game. It's an underground mine and has one of the best songs in the entire game, regardless of which version you're playing. More on that in a minute. The 5th level is Wacky Workbench. Fuck this level. The 6th level is Stardust Speedway. The 7th and final level is Metallic Madness. Fuck this level too. Okay, it does have one cool bit where you're a tiny Sonic, but it's relegated to one section of the second zone. Yeah, fuck this level. The bosses this time around are also a bit different. They're much more gimmicky. The challenge isn't so much trying to hit Robotnik 8 times, but rather just trying to hit him at all. The only memorable boss is the Stardust Speedway boss, which is a race against Metal Sonic while Robotnik follows behind with a laser that will kill you even if you have rings. So now, let's talk about the music. This game actually has something that the other games didn't. 2 separate soundtracks. There's the US soundtrack and the Japanese soundtrack. I gotta say, I love the Japanese soundtrack. Not to say that I hate the US soundtrack, it's fine enough, but the Japanese one is so much better. Although I don't know what the hell Spencer Nilsson, the composer of the US soundtrack, was thinking when he composed the boss music. Like, seriously, here's the Japanese version. And here's the US version. You trying to give the kids nightmares or something? The only songs that didn't change are the past music in each level because they were made using the CD's built-in sound chip as opposed to external CD audio, so they would have been a lot harder to replace. And they only had a week to compose the US soundtrack, which, when you think about it in that context, the US soundtrack is pretty impressive for having only been composed in a week. Overall, though, this game is a clusterfuck.
But we're not done yet.
In 2009, Sega posted online asking fans what games of theirs they'd like to see ported to mobile devices. Enter a man named Christian Whitehead, known online as the Taxman. Mr. Whitehead was most well known in the Sonic fan community for creating a game called Retro Sonic, a game made using his own custom-built engine, the Retro Engine. Anyways, in response to this post, Mr. Whitehead created a proof-of-concept video of Sonic CD running on mobile phones using his engine. Sega liked the project and hired him on to make it official. And then, in 2011, the remastered port of Sonic CD was released on mobile devices, as well as the PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. Aside from better control, they also improved the special stages, though they still suck, added the ability to choose between CD's Spin Dash and Sonic 2's Spin Dash, added the ability to play as Tails, and even added the ability to choose between the US and Japanese soundtracks. I said it for the other two, and I'll say it again. This is the definitive way to play Sonic CD.
But how do I feel about Sonic CD overall? Well, if you like this game, you might not like what I have to say about it.
This game is a clusterfuck. Terrible level design, headache-inducing color palettes and special stages. It took a lot out of me just to get this review done. Overall, I give the original game a 3 out of 10. I don't like this game at all. The 2011 version, I'll give a 5 out of 10. Much better than the original, but again, I don't like this game. So overall, Sonic CD averages out to a 4 out of 10.
Well, that's that. And look, if you like this game, that's totally fine. But I don't. But luckily next time, we're moving on to the big one. I'll see you all in the next video with Sonic the Hedgehog 3.